hello again. Oh, popping. I don't know if y'all heard that. I turned around and all of a sudden my whole back popped. I don't know what the hell this medicine is that they got me on for my back to relieve the pressure in between this, but it works. It does, but it knocks me the heck out when it starts working. So I'm I got a pool while ago, and normally people go down this road, dude, don't look at me like that. I know to stop. Okay? Anyway, um, yeah, so, yeah, I'm driving. I'm not holding my phone. Let's just go over that real quick. Oh, window open back, yes. I am not holding my phone. My phone is on Bluetooth and it is on the side of my chair. Why the hell you parked up on the circle like that? Oh, you're one of the lawn people for the county, okay? Still, it's an interesting truck you got there, dude. So, yeah, so my phone is beside me in the chair. It is on avatar mode because I am not messing with it. I am not looking at it. It is just there. And I know if I click it, it's going to cut the whole thing off. All right, so let's make that perfectly clear. This is me just talking in my car and driving. Something I normally do when I'm on the phone with someone. All right, I just want to make this clear. It's not that anyone has made a comment or anything like that. I just feel the need to make this clear because I don't drive well in silence. Okay? My mind wanders to insane amounts. So I will literally have someone on the phone with me talking to me, or I'm constantly talking to my son who's in the back seat when I pick him up because I don't know if it has to do with ADHD or not, which I was discussing with my mother early about maybe going back and getting put on something because I'm noticing that it's getting worse again. I'm trying to do like herbal things in order to try to balance it out, but it's not working the way it used to. Apparently, I'm building up a tolerance, and it's just not going. So, I looked into something completely different topic. I've looked into something. I'm thinking of growing mushrooms. Gonna let that sink in for a second. Okay. Yeah, let that sink into y'all for a second. Not the kind of mushrooms most of y'all are going to. We use a lot of shiitake mushrooms, all right, in our food because they give a good flavor and they're good for toxins and all of that loveliness. Okay, they get a nice thing, and I've noticed that Dexter will eat them, which surprised the heck out of me because normally he doesn't eat. The only vegetables he really eats is carrots, all right, and sometimes green beans. Very, very rarely, but he will devour carrots. And I've seen him eat beans once or twice, but those are ligaments, not vegetables. Either way, okay? So I was thinking, because he's saying that he wants to have a farm in the backyard. Don't ask me why my son wants to do a farm in the backyard. I don't know where he came up with this. All I know is that this is going to be a lot of crap for me unless I can get someone to initially help me set it all up because I have tried to do things like that myself and it has not turned out well and it has not gone well and then it puts my back out, which is the issue I'm having today. But back to the mushroom thing. So I'm looking into uh how you grow mushrooms, specifically the mushrooms you're looking for, okay? And I noticed that there are two very different ways of buying mushroom stuff, right? To grow your own mushrooms. Well, actually, there are several different ways, but there's two very particular ways that I have found. One are these dowel plugs, okay, which are just like the things when you're building a desk. Those little pieces that you put in to hold it in when you don't have the screws or to add the extra support to the beams. Those little dowel things, those little wooden things. I don't know why I'm making the size of them with my finger. I don't know why. All right. Well, they have the spores all over them. What you're supposed to take is drill holes into fresh wood and insert these dowels and put wax over it, beeswax over it, and then within weeks they start growing, and they're not adult mushrooms for like 6 months, I think it said, but still, the point being that that's very interesting. But once you get your production up and going, then you don't have to worry. You figure out how you get the spores and stuff like that. So, um, the other one was, and I found this fascinating, was they were selling syringes. And I'm not exactly sure what was in the syringes besides the spores. Maybe it was a beeswax, but it was a liquid like thing that you apply to wherever you are planning to grow these mushrooms, whether on the ground, on a log, and dear God, the irises are surrounding those poor nuns. Oh boy. Ibises, I don't know if I'm saying that right, are the white birds with the long necks and the long beaks. Okay, that's what I think an ibis is. They're kind of like the smaller version of an ingrid. And obviously, I don't know if I'm saying that right either. Okay, my pronunciation of these words is my pronunciation to all words can be very incorrect. Okie dokie, okie dokie. So, okay, dude, that's a school and the crossing guards are still there, and you want to go 50 miles an hour on a 30-mile-an-hour street just because, all right, stop dodging in between everyone. Chill the heck out. We're all going to the same place. Well, not exactly all going to the same place, but you get the gist, all right? Life's gonna move the way life's gonna move. Screw it. I may still be under a little bit of the emotional effects of the medicine I took because um this is how medicines are. Anyhow, so oh my god, that's why I was so scattered talking to my story I did this morning. I had not taken my oh my god. Okay, so I have the medicine that is mostly used to control my seizure disorder. All right, and it's something that I've had since I was 16 years old, and I've had control of this medicine since then. We've tried weaning me back off it, and we've gone to the lowest of which we can do that. That's fine. But the weird thing was there was a secondary side effect to this medicine that they didn't really see because I wasn't being treated for this with this medicine. So the neurologist didn't really think about it until after I started taking it. He's looking at me. He goes, "You're doing really well on this medicine. You're not having any emotions. It's the fact that you seem to be even more happy or even more communicative than you were without it." And I'm like, really? Apparently, this is also used to treat depression and some aspects of autism. And it's really the if I don't take it, I will anything that goes from my mind will come out my mouth, and I will literally try to hide from everyone. And I don't interact well with people. If I attempt to interact with people without it, I can't form a complete thought. I cannot talk to people who make me uncomfortable. I literally get scattered. I go to 100 things just trying to get them to stop talking to me and asking me questions. I will start on something completely meaningless in order to get away from people, okay? But like everything, it only controls to a point. So if you are seriously under emotional trauma, physical trauma, uh, a different stimulus in your brain, some medicines just cannot balance that out. I'm talking about the medicine I'm taking. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not pretty sure. Okay, let me take it back. If I ask someone with depression and stuff like that, okay, I am curious to know if they would say that when they are in pain or something like that, like have been hurt, that their medicine doesn't work the way it normally does. Like in my case, the severe back pain I've had, if there does it triggers a different chemical response in your brain. And I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a neurologist, I'm not anything like that, okay? I'm just going off my own personal experience, and I have been on those kind of drugs before. And I remember that, I'm going to tell you this, I did do things to hurt myself in order to get some sort of clarity. Now, I didn't go as this is when I was like, they were first starting the medication on me. All right, we went through a lot of freaking medicines. All right. And I'm not going to say everything was honky dory with these medicines they were trying. It was bad the first set. Some of them would control the seizures, but then send me down this depressed state. I at one point was diagnosed with this depression, and they gave me medicine. It didn't go well, uh, and it was to the point where I pretty much will not take anything without literally going through a lot of crap. Okay, I go through a lot of crap questions, side effects when they want to prescribe me something different or something on top of my seizure medicine. Because if it is not like ibuprofen or Tylenol, I really don't like to take medicines like that because I don't know how they're going to act with my seizure medicine. I am not stopping my seizure medicine to take another medicine because you think that would be the better idea. And we are not changing my seizure medicine because it has been working all these years, okay? Now, it's like, I know what I know, right? After so many years, you know your body, you understand what goes on in your mind and everything and how things shift, okay? Now, I know what's going on with me in general, okay? This is a bunch of random nonsense. I put that in the description, so I have an issue with my spine brought on by airbags that deployed um they deployed wrongly, basically. All right. The timer on the airbags, even though both of them were supposed to go off at the same time, did not. that caused my body to contort into two different directions at the same time, and it herniated and ruptured one of my discs in my back. So I mean, there were other herniated discs caused by it, but it did rupture one or two discs in my back. I forget. Okay, but I know that they ended up trying to do physical therapy to try to do chiropractics on it to try to realign, sort it out, get the pressure off, and none of that worked. So they said my last option would be surgery. And because I didn't know any better, I did the plastic surgery. Okay? I did the surgery. I had to get a clearance from my neurologist because they had to put me under. I had to do a lot of crap. Okay? Then I got the surgery and I was fine. Alright? Besides the fact that I ended up getting pregnant while recovering from that surgery because my body recovers fast from anything getting open because I don't know why. Within about a week and a half, and they made me stay out 3 weeks. I mean, I was fine. So, yeah, so I ended up getting pregnant, and I was fine. I was fine for the most part, and then I had complications that were different from my back due to my surgery. I did not have an issue with my back during my pregnancy. I had an issue with other things that I had to have surgeries on. It was not my back. My back was fine. I could move around and stuff like that. I was fine. I went back to work. I was fine. I was stressed the hell out. I was going for a divorce. I had a newborn who was having food allergy problem. I mean, I was a nervous wreck, but I was still able to do my job, do more in my job, live more in my job. I was fine. Okay? There was no problems until year 2. When the repair work they did, the artificial discs or whatever the heck they did to patch this thing wore down. And now we have an issue. And it's okay. Sometimes I just need to take time off and let the pressure and the nerves and the stuff relax because my job is very lifting requiring, okay? Very moving, very shuffling, very dealing with boxes. And you wouldn't think that knowing what my job is, but then there are other people who are in the same field that I am in, and they're like, ha, people don't realize just how much you have to move around to do cakes. Okay? It's not all easy peasy. It's not all just icing and stuff. To actually mess with the icing bucket, you're pushing something that's darn near 50 pounds, even though it's on a roller. Okay? You're still having to push that. The boxes are not, there's only some boxes that are under 15 pounds. Most of them are 25 up that you have to lift in order to be able to make these cakes. We're constantly filling a bowl, which means we're constantly moving that 50-pound bowl. And even though while we're doing it, it is becoming lighter, it's still something that has to be done. You're bending, you're scooping, you're moving stuff. You're constantly using your spine in order to do this. And if you have compressed discs, the more you do it, the more you move, especially in the areas in which I'm moving, it kind of presses on. So now you've got nerves and bones touching because discs are now herniated and they're out of place. So you've got things pushing against each other. And physical therapy, we've tried that. It doesn't exactly work. I mean, keep it up, but it's still not a fix it. Nothing is a fix it. Nothing is a permanent fix. You know your body, you know that if you have something like that, it's like the same thing with people saying, "Oh, I feel the weather changing in my knee from when I had it replaced or when I had it broke." You know those old stories that say about the old man who had a wound and they could tell the difference and thing because they felt it in their old wound. Well, we all know that no matter what we do, there's still going to be side effects because we are doing things to our bodies to try to fix natural wear and tear or or fix damages, and it's only a temporary fix because the body is not made to handle these artificial things. So the only thing the doctors tell me is listen, okay, it's on my side. Listen, we've gone through the physical therapy route. We've give you more medication to manage the pain, but that's going to cause a problem because the medication can cause issues where you can't function, you can't work, stuff like that. Then there's the thing that is a temporary fix because it's not a permanent fix. You've already done it once. We have to go back in, open up the old incision, go back in and fix the discs again and repatch and reinflate or whatever the hell they're gonna do that one. And I'm looking at them like I would rather live with this pain than have to every 2 years go in and get a surgery to fix something like that. That's not going to be worth it. It costs a lot to get the surgery. Okay, let's put it that way. Insurance covered this surgery. All right. And it was like $10,000. My insurance is not going to cover that. They're going to consider it elective surgery, and nor am I ever getting my spine cut open again. Okay? That was insane. And I tell everyone, you do not want to do that surgery. Try anything else. Figure out how you're going to live with it because it's a temporary fix. It only lasts like a year and a half to 2 years, depending. All right. If you work, it's going to probably only be like a year and a half. If you don't work, or if you have like a lazy job where you don't do anything and may last longer, I don't know, but I have a very physical job, which I need to keep in order to pay my bills. All right. So, yeah, and it was insane. And I'm gonna tell you this: out of my C-section, all right, out of my C-section and my spinal surgery, I would say the back surgery was the worst. Even though the C-section took longer to recover from, my back surgery was the worst. Not just pain scale wise, but because there was no way to move without triggering pain. Because you will never realize just how much your back and spine moves until you've had back surgery. So if you're saying, oh, well, you got your back cut open, lay on your stomach so that you don't touch the stitches in your back, you can't do that because you lay on your stomach, your back curves. All right? One way or the other, your back moves. Oh, lay on your side. Same thing. Your spine moves. All right? I ended up having to go and get extra pillows from my mother to create a hammock of pillows where I was literally the hammock dangling between the pillows so that I could actually get some relief because I couldn't have it hurt too bad to lay flat on the incision. So I actually had to lay like I was in a hammock because that was the only way that didn't have pain so bad. And I'm telling you, it was bad. And when the pain finally stopped hurting and everything was fine, I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's good. My life was about normal. I thought this was a fix it. Hurt it, fix it. And it was not. And quite honestly, I don't know if I would be in the same amount of pain I am in now if I had not had the surgery. If I had given my body more time to heal, gone through different channels, got restrictions put on for my work, gone back to a different section in the store. I don't know. Okay? Because I didn't know what I was doing. I was listening to doctors and lawyers because this all had to do with a car accident. And I should not listen to lawyers no more. I don't want to listen to lawyers no more. I don't want to deal with lawyers. Lawyers are evil. No offense to the lawyers out there. Okay. All right. Breathe, lady, breathe. Everything gonna be alright. Everything gonna be alright. Alright, I'm gonna go slowly because I don't want to get hit. Y'all crazy out here right now. Okay. Ah, working on the power box. You know what I find fascinating? Okay. My son's school is like attached to this Jewish temple, okay? Alright. But I don't understand why my son does not get any of the Jewish holidays off. They're not even on the calendar, okay? We have the Thanksgiving holiday and Christmas holiday. I have not seen any of the Jewish holidays on this calendar. And I am surprised because this is a school connected to a Jewish temple. I'm like, well, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's very strange. We even have security here because this is a Jewish temple. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I'm gonna go park and wait for the Lego Club. But yeah, they don't have any of the Jewish holidays off, which surprised me greatly because I had no clue that that was gonna be the case. But I guess the theory is if you need to have the Jewish holidays off, then just come and get your kid. You have the right to get your kid for those holidays. And no, I am not a practicing Jew. No, I am not. Uh, I actually don't know. We haven't actually looked through our ancestry to see per se. We do know that a lot of our family originated from Germany, but we also have a lot of family lines that originated from Irish background, and my dad's line originated from Mexico, and he's part Irish too. Uh, but we've never actually looked in to see if our German bloodline had actually been part of the Jewish one. Oh, Parson. Mm. So, oh, my mom said thing, and she could say that, but it's not like a big deal, okay? It's a running joke where I work because I look like the other Jewish people that work there. And when my manager first came in, the one who had got promoted, he looked at me. He says, "Rose, when's the next Jewish holiday?" And I looked at him like, "Huh?" So I actually had to go over to the deli. I actually go over to the guy in the deli who everyone thinks is my dad. He's my work daddy. And I said, "Hey, when's the next Jewish holiday?" And he answered back and he goes, "Oh, wait." I said, "Yeah." Yeah. He goes, "I'm sorry." I said, "It's perfectly fine," because he sees my last name. And my last name is definitely 100% German. Okay, it is 100% German. You cannot mistake that for anything. Okay, it is 100% German. So, but I'm considering changing it because this is getting ridiculous. No one can pronounce it. No one can spell it. I'm looking at it going, "Oh God, this could be problematic." But it's my grandfather's last name, and there's the thing about that. Okay, there's the thing about it. All right, it's a very rare last name. That's how I've always looked at it. Now, I'm sitting here in this parking lot waiting to get my son. So the mushroom thing. Mushroom thing. We're going back to the mushroom thing. I have a tree that was hit by lightning that we're gonna have to chop up. At least for the most part, it's gonna have to be all right, some of it. Well, they're saying you're supposed to take fresh cut wood, drill the holes in it, and then put the spore dowels in it and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, we have a tree that got hit by what? Oh, it's not that I could. I mean, I might be able to do gardening. I just don't know if I have the patience to do gardening. I mean, quite honestly, I should be able to. I mean, I used to be able to put headphones on, listen to music, and just do mindless stuff. Or you could ask my mother, she would come out and find me scrubbing the floor, literally with a bucket of soap and a scrub brush. So she always got mad at me because I would get lost and leave the stuff there. But then again, you should have seen how she polyurethane the floor. And well, it's just I used to be able to do things like that. But I don't know when I started retreating back from that. I don't know. I cannot figure out when that was. Now, on to a different topic. My son wants a lizard. Yes, because Gravity says we're not allowed to have kittens. We're not allowed to have dogs. And my son's like, well, we could let the kitten out for like 3 minutes at a time so they can go to the bathroom and then they can come inside. And we're like, well, what about the fleas? Well, we get rid of the carpet. I said, you try telling that to the landlord. That is not happening. And we can't bomb the house because Grammy can't deal with the bombing and she's kind of homebound. So, as much as we would love to have a kitten, we can't have a kitten, and we ain't getting a snake because it's not that I don't like snakes. I think snakes are perfectly fine. I just know what will happen. My mother doesn't like snakes. My mother doesn't like frogs. Otherwise, I would suggest, hey, let's get some frogs. No. So I I'm debating. I'm seriously debating about getting him a lizard, but that's gonna have to be something that I save up for to get him. And I want to get him a cool lizard. I give him a cool lizard, set things up for it. But in order to do that, I gotta do a lot of work at the house. Gotta get things sorted out so that we can put the lizard somewhere. I'm thinking the only place that we could put it at be a reasonable place by a plug would be on the wall with the stationary bike, but in order to do that, we need to put the stationary bike. It's a lot of stuff that would have to be done in order to accommodate that. And I told him I would look into it, but I ain't guaranteeing nothing. Of course, then again, the kid wants a pool too. The kid wants many things, all right? He's gonna be 6 soon. Oh my god, the countdown is on. And I'm just, you know, you know. Well, anyway, I am gonna go get the boy. It is time to get him from his classes. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And okay. Grammy is stating, Grammy is my mother, that she wants to get a chicken. She wants to get some giant chickens so we can put the chickens outside and they can be raised like dogs. You know what? He has said that would be a cool idea. Maybe we should attempt that. But then the guardian thing may not go. Also, will probably scare the neighbors. But yeah. Either way. Have a good day. Hey, maybe Parson, we could talk to Jim about starting the Bahama chicken egg campaign. But yeah.